to the country's most informative auto show, The Automotive Reporter.
And welcome back to the Automotive Reporter. Harold Gunn along with Brent Clanton. And our next guest, Tom Wilkinson. He is Chevrolet Truck Communications Manager. You guys have been very, very busy. I know for one reason, the massive popularity and success and well-deserved of the new Colorado midsize truck.
Well, yeah, we're having a really fun year here at Chevrolet this year. Colorado's new and has been doing very, very well. We're still... We think it's the fastest-selling truck in America right now. They're staying on the dealerships less than 2 weeks, which, if you follow the auto business, you know that's very fast turnover. And we're adding a third shift at the plant in Missouri that builds the trucks to build more so we can meet the demand from customers. And people who have the trucks just absolutely love them. And then Silverado's been doing really well, too, which, there were some people who said, gee, maybe a new small truck will hurt the sales of the big trucks, but not seeing that for sure. Silverado's actually the fastest growing full-size truck this year.
Well, I think Colorado, one thing there, too, you're going to get people that have never had a truck before, kind of wanted a truck, but maybe thought that something like Silverado, like 1500 size or something, might be a little bit too big for them. That's the thing here with Colorado. You've got all the capability, but it's so much handier. And what's amazing to me, too, two things that are amazing about it. One, if you didn't have the Colorado and the Silverado side by side, you would almost think they're the same vehicle, unless you can have that size comparison where you can really look at it. But two is the amazing value price difference between a comparable equipped Colorado to a comparable equipped Silverado. And that's like between $8,000 and $10,000, isn't it?
That's correct, yeah, between $8,000 and $10,000. So you can get quite a bit of truck with the Colorado. But again, we do see some people come in and they look at the Colorado and then they decide they really do want a full-size truck instead. So it really works both ways, and we're just really lucky to be able to offer customers those two choices.
Can you comment on whether or not Chevrolet is going to move forward with a Colorado off-road version of that truck?
Well, we have a Z71 version of the Colorado, which is a surprisingly capable truck for people who are, doing everyday off-roading, construction, ranching, or if you want to get out in the woods and, go hunting or mountain biking or whatever. We are looking at a little bit more up-level off-road package. We have a ZR2 show truck that we've had out, and we're trying to figure out if we can get that done.
Man, that is a sharp-looking package.
Right,
on that.
And of course, there's always, dare we say it, aftermarket.
There you
have
it.
Our friends at SEMA, I know they've already played with these things anyway. For folks that aren't familiar with Colorado, let's kind of take a quick look. What are we looking at as far as availability of cabs and bed lengths?
Well, Colorado comes in two cab styles. There's an extended cab, which has the traditional suicide doors, as they will, with a smaller rear door that you open the front door first and open the rear door up. And then we've got a true crew cab that has a full-size back seat. And the crew cab comes with either a short box or a long box, and then the extended cab comes with a long box. So there's quite a few combinations there, and of course each of those are available in either two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, and then we have a choice of either a really nice four-cylinder engine or a V6.
Yeah, the four. Let me hit that four too, because a lot of this day and age, it's changing with what people are doing with engines. Where I'm an old V8 nut, of course, I'm not going to bug you. I bug everybody else. When am I going to get? I'll do it anyway. When do I get a small block V8 in this thing?
I don't think you're going to need a small block V8 in Colorado. The four-cylinder is a remarkably good engine, and the V6 is almost 300 horsepower.
Yeah.
And it wasn't too long ago the 300 horsepower was a pretty powerful V8 engine in a truck.
Indeed. In
fact, if you actually go back, so if you go back to the old big block trucks, a lot of them didn't have 300 horsepower. So,
sure.
a 300 horsepower V6 is a pretty nice engine.
Well,
for
Tom, I'm sorry, man, but I go back to 1957 when you came out with a 283 V8, and it was the first one to have 1 horsepower per cube. And I rode in a 57 Vet, and I almost wet my pants. I've never been anything that fast in my life, and it was only 283 horsepower.
Of course, cars felt a lot faster back then because the brakes didn't work so well, and the tires were kind of skinny and didn't grip so well. So.
Right.
You really felt like you were going pretty fast when you had, 300 horsepower back then.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything in the future as far as engines? Because, you get the questions all the time. Somebody's going, okay, when are we going to get a hybrid? When are we going to get a diesel? Anything like that in the future?
Yep, we do have a diesel coming for the Colorado this fall, and it's a really nice modern 2.8-liter turbo diesel. We use it in trucks in the global market. And it's a great engine. We don't have the final fuel economy numbers yet, but we expect it to do very well on fuel economy. It also will be a great engine if you're doing towing with the truck. And one of the nice features it'll have the integrated diesel exhaust brake like the big Silverado 3/4 ton and 1 ton trucks, which really helps control the trailer going downhill and gives you a lot of confidence. So we think that's going to be a really great engine for Colorado.
What will the price premium be for the diesel version?
We haven't announced that yet, but it will definitely be a premium engine. Diesels, there's more expensive in terms of some of the materials and the fuel injection system and so forth. But it'll be priced very competitively with other light truck diesels, and I think it'll offer a great alternative for those people in the truck business who really like diesels.
Yeah, plus the engines last forever.
It'll be the last truck you ever buy.
It could be, trucks are getting much more durable and reliable than they ever were, and if you take good care of them, we get customers all the time, call or email, and 200, 300, and 400,000 miles on a truck is really nothing special anymore.
I know years ago I was doing some ads for a family group of car dealerships, and the patriarch of the family one day told me, Harold, I'm going to give you some advice. Never buy a new car or a used truck. but times have changed because, of course, trucks get that abuse, but they have really changed a lot and gone a long way. Let's jump over real quick to our full size, our 1500s and up. Silverado, what's happening new or exciting 15, 16 with Silverado?
Well, we've got some updates coming for 16, but we're not ready to talk about those quite yet. Of course, the truck was all new for 2014, and it's been doing really well since then. It's been, sales have been increasing each year, and the customers are very happy with the trucks. But we've got some stuff coming for 16, and we'll be able to talk about that in a little bit.
Obviously, with the almighty Silverado, we can get any kind of cab we want. But what in the 15 model, what do we have as far as engines availability on that? Well,
most light-duty and heavy-duty pickups, for that matter, are crew cabs now, probably 70% crew cabs. The case of Silverado, we're still big believers in the small block V8 engine. That's just a great combination of great heritage. You were talking a little bit earlier about some of the original small block engines, and we've built over 100 million of those engines, and we've learned something with every one we've built. And, of course, people take them out and they race them and they abuse them and they hop them up, and our engineers do a fair share of that, and all of that knowledge comes back to make them even better. So we think it's a great engine and great fuel economy, great power. So kind of our heart of our engines is the 5.3-liter V8. And then, for somebody who needs more power, we've got the 6.2-liter version, which is most powerful engine you can buy in a light-duty pickup truck. So if you really need some horsepower, we've got that covered too.
Well, my light-duty pickup truck is my beloved SSR with a 6-liter LS2 in it, and it runs real good. And this, we're still, and not trying to get too techie for the audience, but this is still the pushrod engine, right?
Yeah, it's a pushrod engine, which actually works really well for trucks. They're very compact. They're light. Not that being small is necessarily necessary for a truck, but keeping the engine light and compact helps with fuel economy. And, of course, they're very, very rugged and very proven and great torque and great horsepower and, just a great great truck engine.
Well,
and again, we didn't get to be the most dependable, longest-lasting truck by, kind of placing wild bets on new technology.
There you go.
We like to make sure we know what we're doing before we put it under the hood.
Yeah, it's not like you can't do it. I've been to the Performance Center back in the day.
Yep.
It's not you can't do it. But the interesting thing is there's that technology which has been there, like say, forever. Obviously, it's evolved. Okay, but there's been where everybody else goes, I got a single overhead cam. I've got 2. Hey, I've got 4. That kind of stuff. But you guys forever have used that same technology, with a single cam and the push rods, and have traditionally got better gas mileage than everybody else, all their new stuff.
Well, and just intelligent engineering. Again, our engineers know that engine inside out. The latest variation has aluminum block, aluminum heads, has direct fuel injection, has a system that's able to switch the engine to 4-cylinder mode under light load driving to help save fuel. And we've got up to a 23 mile per gallon highway with a V8 engine that can, still provide, close to 1,200 pounds. Close to 12,000 pounds of towing capability, and it's an engine that'll last. And customers are just very happy with them.
Well, and on the inside, you've got all this horsepower under that hood and all the gearing and stuff, but you climb up into the cab of these things, and it's like sitting down in your living room. I mean, the fit and the finish on these is remarkable.
Well, that's probably been the biggest, or one of the biggest changes in the truck market is the growth of crew cabs. About, not quite 15 years ago, we introduced the Avalanche, and that was really the first light-duty crew cab pickup truck. And there had been crew cab pickups before, but they were heavy-duty pickups, and they were literally for carrying the work crew out to the work site. And crew cabs have really taken off, and with crew cabs, people find that they can use the truck during the week for work or whatever, and then they can use it as a family vehicle on the weekend. So they want they want the quietness and the comfort, and they want the infotainment system and all of that stuff. And so it's really, really transformed pickup trucks.
Well, the reality is it's an elevated sedan with a box on the back.
Well, it's probably about the most versatile vehicle you can imagine because you can use it as a car, you can commute in it, you can take family trips on it, and then you can still haul stuff, you can tow stuff. If you need to get out in the boonies, you can go off-roading, so kind of does it all.
Yeah, well, you've got the space, but then again, what it has done to the balance of the vehicle, and the first one I got in years ago, I got in, I said, it doesn't ride like a truck. It rides like a Cadillac.
That's right.
Yeah. yeah. And they're still tough, and they'll still get the job done. So it's just a great vehicle for a lot of people, and I think that's part of the reason that you see truck sales are doing so well, is that they really meet the needs of a lot of people, and they're very versatile.
Well, like I say, down in the great state of Texas in the Southwest, where a lot of our stations are, we've got obviously the ranching community, the petroleum, the construction, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and a lot of those guys want something larger. Anything happening as far as the line of heavy duties?
Well, we continue to work on those. We made quite a few changes for 2015. Updated the interiors, the exteriors of the trucks. Did some fine tuning on the powertrains, and we've got some things coming in the next couple of years to make sure that those trucks stay at the head of the pack. But those have been doing very, very well. And again, you see the same trend with heavy duties. The trucks are getting a little bit more luxurious and quieter and more refined. When we did the drive program last year, we had some journalists who were driving older heavy-duty trucks who got in the new ones and said, I just can't believe this is a heavy-duty pickup. This is so quiet, it's so refined, and yet, we were towing 10, 12, 14,000-pound trailers up and down the mountains, and the trucks will just do that all day long.
Tom, Brent just pulled something up on the computer. I'll let him ask you this because he's staring at it. I'm going, what the heck?
Well, it's probably a spec or, some kind of an experiment, but I'm looking at what they're labeling as a 2016, 2017 Chevy El Camino. Is this animal going to exist?
I don't think so. I was always a big fan of the El Camino.
This is gorgeous.
I had a 72 SS, man. I loved it.
We've got a 59 in the Heritage Center, which is just gorgeous.
Yes, seen it.
Yes.
Yeah, been there, seen it.
Yeah.
You betcha.
Just gorgeous.
Yeah.
But I just don't know. You know, we look at that, and of course, there's some markets like Australia and South America where you still see sort of car-based pickup trucks. But I mean, the truck-based trucks have gotten so refined, and you look at something like a Colorado or a Canyon. It really has all of those car attributes, but it's still a real truck.
That was my previous point.
You can still tow with it, and that's probably the sweet spot in the market is real trucks getting more car-like, not cars getting boxes on the back.
Because I love mine so much, and I just drove it to death. But as you mentioned Australia, does Holden make one there?
I don't know if they still do. They did make a Ute for a number of years that was based off of the rear drive car architecture down there, and I remember seeing a few of them around Detroit from time to time. Bob Lutz was a big fan.
Oh, yeah.
So there was always some question, gee, would there be enough of a market for those in the U.S. to make it, worth doing?
Well,
and we always kind of came around to saying, a lot of people really love it, but we just don't think there's enough of a market.
Yeah, so I'll give you my wish list, and that's understandable because a niche you can't live on niches. But what I want, the two of the favorite vehicles that I had in my life, and then one that my parents had that I wish you could bring back. Like I said, I had a '72 El Camino, and my folks had a '57 Nomad.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my God. And that 55 and that prototype in the Heritage Museum, some of the best-looking vehicles ever created.
Oh, the Nomad was just spectacular.
It absolutely was.
It really was a great vehicle.
Anyway, time is getting away. Tom, anything you want to leave the audience with that we have not covered?
No, I think we're good. It's a great time to go look at a truck. If you're interested in trucks, they've never been better. And, we have a lot of choices for customers, everything from a 4-cylinder Colorado all the way up to a diesel-powered crew cab dually. So, it's just a great time to be in the truck business.
I bet
there's a great time to be a truck fan.
Yes, sir. I bet there's a website that someone could go to and peek.
Well, there is. There's a Chevrolet.com. You can take a look at our full range of trucks, and there's some fun videos there. You can play around with the configuration tool and spec a truck to see if you can come up with something you like.
Outstanding. Good deal. Tom, we certainly appreciate you taking some time today with us.